everybody, it is stump burning time. We decided to spend some time this evening, Sunday evening, and enjoy a nice little fire and get rid of this stump. Started anyway. Got our citronellas burning. We're gonna have some s'mores. Just hang out here. My sister is over and just gonna have a little bit of fun. Alright friends, we got a delivery today. Just on time. It is the greenhouse. Oh, I bet. Do you need some help with it? That stump is all gone. We had about 3 places that we had to move the fire around that area to get rid of it all. Oh yeah. Good morning. We are out here and we have a lot to do today, including prepping the foundation for the greenhouse. But Corey's been out here since about 7 o'clock this morning, fertilizing the trees. I'm gonna see if I can catch him and see if I can get him to tell you what he's doing. Morning, babe.
Hey, hon.
Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what you're doing?
I am putting down some molybdenum. It's easy to do it through the fertigation system and spray it on. Just one of many minerals trying to build in the soil level. And this is an easy way to get it spread. Dissolve it and spray it on. Molybdenum helps with nitrogen fixation. It helps with, in the plant, it will help convert nitrate into amino acids and proteins. And when that happens, you'll have less insect pressure because the insects aren't after complete proteins, they're after nitrates. And that's especially true with mites and stuff in our avocados, so I'm hoping this will help the avocados in the mite situation, although it's not horrible, but that should, I'm hoping that will eventually take care of that particular issue, and amongst other things, but it mostly has to do with nitrogen. Gives you the ability for the bacteria to fix nitrogen in the soil. You don't have to add it because they'll just fix it from the air.
So you're just consistently spraying the whole mound area where the trees are?
Yeah, and a little bit out further.
Look at Sweetie over there. There you have it. That's what he's doing this morning. In fertigation, let's see what's in the bucket. Barely got any more in here. I'm trying to hold the hose down in so it'll keep sucking to the end. So you know that the pump pumps the water up from the pond and goes underground and goes to the garden over there. But we also added a branch to go over here to the trees, and we just kind of weaved it through the weeds. It just goes all the way over here so that it'll reach all of our other trees. And he's created basically a 4-way right here so that we can fertigate our trees as well as doing the garden. So I've come to the north side of our property, to the north side of the pond. And this area here, you can see the T-posts. It was an area of raised beds, and of course we quickly determined that it wasn't going to work over here. Then we needed something closer to the house as well. But it's a place that we've neglected and just haven't been able to get to because of time and prioritizing other things. You can see where the raised beds were, and it's very overgrown. But what we're going to do, take the dirt from in here and level the area over on the south side or the central area of the property for the greenhouse. So at least we have a resource here that we can fill in that hole where we burned the stumps out. So, looking at these cucumber, I believe they're ready to harvest. They come off pretty easily. Nice and large. Our first time growing cucumbers. They still have the spikes on them, but they rub off pretty easily. The spikes, as I understand it, indicate that they're immature, but they're not strong and they don't hurt like they used to. So I'm pretty confident these are good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them. There are a couple that I'm gonna leave on and see if I can get a little greener or let them grow a little more. But these are nice, really nice sized. I will look and see what date it was that I planted them and see how long it took for them to harvest. I can't remember, so I wonder how it compares to what the seed packet says as to how long they should take, how many days. Looks like I've got to do some trellis in here. Look at all these blooms on this one vine. Nice. And it's got a little baby one coming out down there. Going along here, you can see the little ones coming in. There's an odd-shaped one down here. That's funny. But all along here, you can see the babies coming. This is the one that I'm gonna leave on. It looks like, I don't know. I guess I could harvest it, but yeah, I'll go ahead and harvest it. I was gonna see if it could green up, but it's kind of green on this side, so that's okay. But there's all kind of little ones coming in here. You can see them better now that I've put them back up on the trellis. Really cool. Really excited about that. They have plenty of flowers coming too. And then we get into the green beans. These are ready to harvest again. I think I will have, after this harvest, this will be my third harvest off of these vines. The last harvest, I got a real bowl full, a good meal's worth. And as I pick them, they just keep coming. So these have done really, really well. These are just, I think they're Kentucky pole beans. That's what I planted. First time doing the pole beans as well. And they're doing magnificently. They just continue to keep pumping. And down here are magnificent carrots. They've done really, really well. Consistent all the way down the row. So we're excited to find out what kind of carrots we're gonna get. And look at these beautiful lavender flowers out here as part of our cover crop. And the bees. Let's see if we can't get some bees over here. Just everywhere. Beautiful. If we have anything forming in our broccoli, any heads yet. Doesn't look like it yet, but they sure are pretty. They're doing really, really well. Really green, healthy. I absolutely love it's not dew on these leaves because we did have a small shower this morning, but how the water glistens on them. And this poor thing got uprooted somehow, but it's really trying to survive. We'll see what happens with that. But really happy with the way that these are turning out. Of course, I bought these from the store because I could not find the seed for them. So we had to settle for store-bought plants. And this little squash is really trying to make it. It's tiny. But hey, kudos for it trying to survive. That one I might pick, but I don't know. It might want to put out a little bit more growth. And then over here are other carrots, more carrots. They've done really well germinating. We've got all sorts of kind of carrots out here. Looks like these squash are biting the dust, but check it out. They're really wanting to survive here. Got a rotten one there that I need to get out. It's really making a push to produce maybe its last hurrah. And check this out. This is a really interesting thing. Gotta take it off though because it's starting to rot. But it's a really pretty color, so I'll just let that go back to the garden. But it has a little friend over here. It's trying to make it. And another golden one over here. I think I'm gonna have to rip these mustards out. They're just really gargantuan, and I have so many mustards, it's not even funny. Check these out. They're beauties. They are beauties. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get those harvested. This one here, we're saving for seed. So this one is huge. This one is really huge. I'm not gonna try to move it because I don't want it to break off, but it's huge. So we're saving that one for to save seed. And Corey's bringing that dirt over from the old raised bed area to level this area out for the greenhouse. Was that one load, hun?
This is one load, yeah.
Oh wow, I thought it would take more than that to get that far.
Yeah, it's gonna take one more at least.
Okay.
Well, probably a couple total, I'm assuming.
Couple at least. Okay. And then we're gonna go to Home Depot and get some 4x4s to frame this and get this situated. So with the return of the heat, the caterpillars, the larvae, have taken over the squash. We're gonna spray them again, but I think they're on their way out anyway. What really is what's concerning is whether or not the squash that we're saving for seed is gonna make it. So I noticed this issue after I got the squash over here at the house. So hopefully we won't lose our seed squash. So I threw those squash away, not in the fire pit or in the garden because we don't want the larvae to survive. So I just threw it in the kitchen trash in the garbage. That's just what we did at this time. We've got our ground leveled and our weed mat down. We'll have to get 4x4s or 4x6s later to frame in the bottom. We'll have to get a vehicle to go and get that. But in the meantime, since we don't have, aren't able to go get that, we're gonna go ahead and start putting the base frame together. It's relatively been easy so far. All of the pieces are marked and the instructions are pretty clear, even though most of it is pictorial. It has not been difficult so far, except for beating the corner pieces in to the sockets or whatever, the connectors. Time to spray spinosad on the squash. Hopefully whatever worms are getting in won't get into any more of them.
That's it.
Spraying the tomatoes for good measure too while he's out here. Those have gotten up nicely. Let me see if I can show you. Here they are. These are really tall down here. Real pretty. So a couple nights ago, Corey and I sat down and plotted out what our planting chart would look like for the spring. So we're getting our greenhouse put in, and we needed to know what seeds to start and how we were going to do things. So we spent a few hours putting that together, but we have a bunch of seeds that we got from our Botanical Life group. We were able to obtain those from a place donated, so this is going to be really great for us. My coffee table is full of these seeds. There's peppers, beets, radishes, onions, green beans galore. Look at all those green beans. Peas, squash, zucchini, pumpkins, cucumbers, tomatoes, melons, and butternut squash. So we'll have plenty to especially intermingle with main crops that we're going to put in. We'll put beans everywhere for companion. And we wrote everything out, mapped it out on a whiteboard so that we have something to go by. Everything in the green here is what's there right now, but will be finished eventually, and then we'll put other things in its place. All of the red is stuff that will have to be planted in the spring, and we have our in the ground by dates here. So we have done our planning for the spring garden. I let these go a little bit long. Look at how big this is. Wow. Surely time to pick them. That's it for this week, friends. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey, and always remember to smile, and I pray that this holiday season blesses you very much.